Hi, I'm Ross from England, and in this short video I'm going to tell you how, after 8 years of constantly suffering from genital herpes, I finally put my herpes nightmare behind me. Now, both oral herpes and genital herpes are both variations of the same herpes virus, herpes viridae. Outside of the host cell, the virus exists in a structure called a virion. Now, when it comes to permanently stopping your herpes outbreaks, there's a few things that you will need to change. Now, mainly, this is prepping your system, your immune system, changing your behaviour, and smart supplementation. So first I want to talk about the behaviours which you should avoid. And the first one is smoking. And smoking, it severely suppresses the immune system. What nicotine does is it leaches vitamin C from the bloodstream, and that leaves the door wide open for a genital herpes outbreak. And giving up smoking nowadays has never been easier. Electronic cigarettes, they're cheap, they're effective, and you don't get all the toxic nastiness that you do when you smoke tobacco. So giving up smoking is definitely something to do. Another behaviour to avoid is inactivity. You should get active, and the reason being is that exercise actually strengthens the immune system, and it ensures that you get adequate blood flow to all of your vital organs. The third one to try and avoid is obesity. And you see, the reason being is obesity increases your susceptibility to infectious diseases. When you're carrying too much weight, for your shape, it causes your body to remain in a state of chronic inflammation, with the surplus fat secreting harmful hormones into your system, and that causes your immune system to function at an impaired level. Another thing to also change is poor hygiene. I don't know if you realise, but 80% of infectious diseases are actually transferred by touch. And poor hand washing and bad hygiene in general can increase the incidence of germs transmitted by direct contact and foster the growth of harmful bacteria in your system. When you contract other illnesses, for example such as the common cold, the immune system is called into action to fight it, and that lowers the strength of the immune system and opens the doors wide open for a new outbreak of genital herpes. Another behaviour is to try and work on is a lack of sleep. You see, when you're in deep sleep, it actually restores damage to the cells and boosts your immune system repair. So the less sleep that you have, the more susceptible you are to infections. And another big one, another behaviour to avoid absolutely if you can, is try not to drink too much alcohol. Too much alcohol actually reduces the number of beneficial white blood cells that you have. Plus, it causes red blood cells to bunch together, allowing less oxygen to reach your vital organs, and that lowers your blood pH. Now, pH is a measure of the acidity or alkalinity of your bloodstream, and the more alkaline that your bloodstream is, the less possibility of infections being able to survive there. So, especially in the case of genital herpes, keeping your blood pH high, i.e. in an alkaline state, is definitely something that you want to do. Now, another factor, which is unfortunately something which comes hand in hand with genital herpes, is stress. And managing stress is extremely important. You see, stress is a constant factor when you suffer with genital herpes. It's a vicious circle. You have an outbreak, it ends, and then you're constantly stressing about when the next outbreak will happen. The problem with stress is proven to negatively impact the immune system, causing your body to enter a state of constant alert, which in turn depletes our natural reserves. As a consequence of stress, our immune system functions at a suboptimal level, and our energy is sapped due to our adrenal glands becoming depleted. So lowering your stress levels, which is difficult when you're suffering with something like genital herpes, lowering your stress levels is extremely important. Now, these are some of the things which I still use today to keep my stress levels down and also to keep the virus at bay. So we'll just talk very quickly about self-hypnosis. It sounds weird, I know, but it really does work. Hypnosis has been proven by many scientific studies to have a positive effect on stress levels, and there are many qualified and reputable therapists out there who are able to effectively treat people who are suffering from undue levels of stress. Also, yoga offers proven health benefits to the whole body, as well as the immune system, and especially it is beneficial to genital herpes sufferers, not least because of its powerful ability to reduce stress. And the relaxation techniques that you would learn from that will certainly help to lower your stress levels. But there's plenty of other easy little things that you can do on a daily basis when you're feeling stressed. You could just go for a walk, or read a book, or take a nice long warm bath, light some candles around the bath, keep a journal of your thoughts and feelings, play with a pet, watch a comedy on TV that makes you laugh, have a relaxing massage, or even just work in the garden. Anything that just takes your mind off the constant vicious cycle of genital herpes. Now, one of the key elements to battling this disease and preventing further outbreaks is prepping your immune system, prepping your body, and giving it the tools that it really does need to fight this nasty infection. So I'm just going to talk about briefly some of the smart preventative steps that you can take in order to lower your chances of having yet another bout of genital herpes. So first of all, it's very important to eat a healthy diet. A diet rich in vitamins, especially vitamin B, vitamin C and folate, is by far the best diet by which to fight the herpes simplex infection and prevent further recurring bouts of the disease. Also, up your intake of vitamin C. Consider extra supplementation of up to 5,000 milligrams a day, as vitamin C is actually proven to render the herpes virus inactive and ineffective. As I mentioned before, exercise regularly. Half an hour a day is recommended for a strong and healthy body, and for a system better equipped to fight the genital herpes outbreaks. Keep your alcohol consumption to a minimum. I talked about that before. That's extremely important. And try and get at least 8 hours sleep every single night to give your your body the opportunity to heal and rebuild itself. That's a must. And avoid foods which harbour mold spores, which is something you may not have thought about, such as white bread. And foods which are packed with preservatives can make the food appear falsely fresh. Keep washing your hands regularly as well. Make sure you don't get any, don't leave the door open to any other illnesses that you might get. And just try and steer clear of these triggers, which can definitely cause further outbreaks. Now, I want to talk about a two-pronged approach, which actually delivers a killer blow to the HSV2 virus. And the way that is achieved is by breaking down the protective coating which surrounds the virus itself. Now, the first way that I want to talk about is using what's called DMSO cream. DMSO stands for dimethyl sulfoxide, and what it does, it can enter the cells and attack the herpes virus by flooding it with oxygen, and this is a process which is simply known as oxidation. This is why the substance is such a particularly effective treatment for genital herpes. DMSO has the power to dissolve the protective protein coat of the herpes virus, whilst leaving the healthy cells unharmed, which is the key to using this particular treatment. And the second method is by the use of hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide actually works by flooding your system with oxygen, and that actually oxidizes the herpes infection. So think about a piece of iron, for example. If you leave a piece of iron outside, exposed to the elements, eventually it turns to rust. And what that is it's a chemical reaction of iron and oxygen coming together to form iron oxide, which in other words is rust. And what hydrogen peroxide does, once it's administered to the skin and into the body, is it actually oxidizes the herpes virus, which puts it out of action, which kills it off. Think of a piece of, think of a rusty nail. It's useless. The oxygen and hydrogen peroxide will prevent the herpes virus from reproducing in your body. You probably didn't know this, but most of us actually start out in life on hydrogen peroxide because breast milk contains high levels of hydrogen peroxide, and the amount of hydrogen peroxide contained in the very first breast milk as a nursing mother gives to a child is even higher. Perhaps it shouldn't be surprising, considering one of hydrogen peroxide's main functions is actually to stimulate the immune system. As well as the Brighton Young study, a clinical research paper published in May 2011 issue of PLOS Pathogens showed that the results of a study that discovered that hydrogen peroxide works as an effective antioxidant against Kaposi's sarcoma, which is indeed a strain of the herpes virus. Now, whatever you do, you should never apply neat hydrogen peroxide to your skin. It has to be diluted with water and applied using specific concentrations. If you want more information, just hit me up on that one. And by applying these simple above methods and lifestyle changes, which I've just talked about, I actually finally stopped my herpes outbreaks after 8 years of constant suffering. Now, before I go, I've got a special gift for you. If you click the link below this video, you can have a free copy of an ebook which I've wrote. It's called The Ultimate Herpes Guide. This incredible guide will not only help you to understand your infection, but also how to control it as well. It's 100% free, and I just want to help you guys out. So that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. If you found this video useful, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you like. Also, share this video on Facebook, Twitter, etc. There's a lot of people out there who desperately need help. So if we pull together, we can certainly give those people the help they need. So thank you very much for your time, and sincerely all the very best with overcoming herpes, and have a great day. Thank you.